Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Lana.
I'm Bill, and today we're going to explore the origin of humanity. And there are three different views on where humans come from. One idea suggests that extraterrestrial beings that might play a role in creating us, like the alien or Anunnaki.
You mean the Sumerian mythical god?
Yes, that's right. Another perspective is based on the creation story in the Bible, as everyone knows. And finally, we'll take a look at the theory of evolution, which explains the human origin through the natural process over time.
Okay, that sounds fun.
All right. As we know, there are over 1 million species of organisms discovered on Earth, but only humans have intelligence. According to the evolutionary theory, if primates can evolve into human, is it possible for another species evolve into some type of intelligent beings as well?
What, you mean like bird people or?
Right, like the birds evolve into bird people, cow, they have cow people, and fish, and like a fish people.
Sounds like a story.
There is a possibility. Today we'll discuss this question.
Sounds good.
First, let's take a look at this image. You probably have seen this image before. This image appeared in the book in 1965, Early Man. When we see this image, we might think illustrate how humans evolved like from the left to the right.
That's what I've always been told.
That's what I thought too.
Okay.
What he was really trying to say, there were actually these species of primates that lived on Earth that looked a lot like humans.
Oh, so it's comparing.
It's comparing.
Okay.
So in fact, the farthest figure on the right is us. The original text, including total of different 15 types of human-like beings, they're all discovered from fossils and show this creature existed on Earth.
Huh.
And the second to the last is really close to what we think as a human, but not exactly human.
Okay.
The author also made it clear that there's no connections between these 15 types. Basically, the fossil didn't suggest they have any relationship with each other. So in the illustration, all but human on the far right have gone extinct.
Ooh.
The reason for the extinction are unknown. In fact, we coexist with them for a period of time, and they went extinct while we survived.
Oh.
Regarding why only we are able to survive, the one theory suggests because we're simply smart. And we wear clothes, we make tools, we create fires. In other words, while everyone seems similarly smart, we are the smartest.
Okay.
And however, fossil analysis suggests something else. Among the extinct species, there is one called Neanderthal.
Oh, the Neanderthal.
Neanderthals and modern humans appear on Earth almost simultaneously. But they went extinct around 20,000 to 30,000 years ago.
That's right.
So how do we know they went extinct? Basically, we have not found any fossil that earlier than 20,000 years old.
Okay.
So it is believed that they become extinct around that time. The brain capacity of Neanderthal was around 1450 cc.
Wait, so they were very smart.
Yes, compared to a modern human, which is 1350 cc, they're about 100 cc of brain capacity smarter than us. You might think it's not that much, but you can understand this way. All Neanderthals are like Einstein smart.
Oh wow, that is smart.
If they were indeed smarter than us, why did they go extinct? And therefore, the theory we survive because we're smarter doesn't seem right? Of course, some people believe that the Neanderthal did not actually go extinct because they're way smarter than us. They developed faster than us. They are a superior civilization from our previous generation.
Well, if they're not extinct, where are they?
There are two possibilities.
Okay.
Either they are above or they went below.
You mean space?
Either the space or they live on the ground.
Oh, ground people.
To analyze why people were able to become human, let's talk about some of the characteristics of humanity.
Okay.
The first is bipedalism. So
that
right, we talked about that last episode. In nature, only humans walk upright. Dogs and monkeys can walk upright for a short period of time, but they primarily walk on four legs. The speculation is that human needs to use their hands, and so gradually they evolved to bipedalism. However, monkeys, dogs, and grizzly bears occasionally use their hands, yet they do not walk upright.
At least not primarily.
Not primarily. I think a very likely scenario is that it was necessary to carry things, especially heavy objects.
Yeah.
So when carry heavy items, we have to keep our body upright, which gradually lead to bipedalism. Animals hold things in their mouth or hands, just like monkeys do when hold their food.
Yeah.
But why did humans need to carry heavy objects? What were they carrying?
Could it be gold?
Well, this ties to a bit of the idea of the extraterrestrial being creating humans, that they have to help Anunnaki to move in gold. The second characteristic of human is rapid degeneration of muscles. If humans really evolved from apes, it took them 6 million years to developing a degenerative outer muscle.
Is that even possible?
Well, that's what happened. We have degenerative muscles.
Okay.
Such a rapid muscle degeneration does not exist in nature. It is unnatural. There was an experiment conducted when zoo gorillas were not allowed to exercise and they were well fed every day to see if their muscle degenerate. It was found that gorillas maintain their muscle mass throughout their lives. They don't move much dynamically and their muscle don't degenerate.
Wait, but why if ours do?
Well, animals in nature are like this, Take other animals, lions, tigers, or leopards, for example. They don't need to exercise every day. They don't do push-ups or practice.
Oh, I wish.
They have muscles all over without exercise. But humans are different. If a person doesn't exercise for a long time, it only takes a few months for their muscle to degenerate significantly,
That's true.
losing all the muscle mass. And fundamentally, when animals are born, they are full masculine, while humans are very weak at birth and need continuous exercise over time to improve even a little.
Could you imagine a muscular baby?
Yes. However, they still can't outrun any animal or possess the strength of other animals.
Yeah, they're not fully grown yet.
Not yet. So in the entire animal kingdom, human muscles are relatively underdeveloped. Now, the next incredible thing is that humans have no furs.
That's right, we don't.
We don't. The fact humans are hairless is something that cannot be explained however you try. In the animal kingdom on land, humans are the only ones without furs. But it's not just about being hairless. We have hairs.
Yeah, we definitely have hair.
Like, if you don't cut your hair for a long time, it can grow to 5 feet long.
Oh wow, that is long.
And tigers and lions don't need to cut their fur. It stays neat and tidy and well groomed.
I mean, is that because they shed naturally? But I also shed naturally, kind of.
No, not that. Humans shed hair too, you're right. Humans shed hair too. So why can't they grow 5 feet long fur?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, seeing a very long tiger.
That would be funny. But similar to that, why don't apes have the same feature? Growing longer and longer hair. Why can't the other primates grow long and gorgeous hair like humans do? We also have eyebrows.
We do.
Guys have a beard. Well, eyebrows do have some functions, I guess, but I'm not sure about the beard. As I mentioned earlier, there were many types of humans on Earth, one of which was Homo erectus, which was extinct 70,000 years ago.
Yeah, I remember them.
So why did Homo erectus go extinct?
I don't know.
According to analysis, it was found due to the ice age when the entire Earth became cold and they froze to death.
So they really needed hair at that time.
Yeah, that's contradictory, right?
Yeah.
You might wonder, we have no hair on our body, so how come we didn't freeze to death? Shouldn't we have developed thick fur to prevent freezing? From this angle, it's very strange that humans have no furs. And on top of that, humans have a very powerful sweating system. Like, dogs can run, but without sweating.
Yeah, they just pant.
They just pant, right. When a person runs just a little bit, sweat keeps dripping down from our head, right?
Yeah.
The design of the human is essentially for heat dissipation.
Wait. This sounds a lot like labor, okay? Dissipating heat, lacking fur, and standing upright or at least crouched.
Yes, exactly. So it's like being sent underground to dig gold for Anunnaki. Especially when primates first emerged 6 million years ago till now, it has never been particularly hot. Not only has it never been hot, there are several ice age which means that the Earth has gone through cycles of being a little bit warm and then extremely cold, and then a little bit warm again. Under these living conditions, how could human manage to lose their furs? Let's talk about the white sclera or the white eyeball.
Okay.
The term white sclera is unique in nature. Humans are the only ones with them, while some other animals have very few.
Okay.
Some animals have a bit of the white sclera, but it's quite rare.
You mean like when Winnie gives you the side eye?
Right, exactly. Like the dogs give you the side eye. From a visual function perspective, the white sclera is actually useless.
Okay.
In the eyes of the nature, this feature is unnecessary.
Yeah.
If it's not needed, then the other animal don't have it either, which makes sense. So, but why do humans have it? The hypothesis suggests it is for communication. In an era without language or like without talking to each other, humans communicate through their eye contact.
Okay.
If we were to communicate with our eyes, then the role of the white part becomes very clear.
Okay. How so?
You see, if you look this way, without the white part of the eye, you wouldn't be able to tell where you're looking.
Yeah, true.
So the existence of the white part of the eye in the human, definitely for the purpose of communication. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Why do humans need to communicate while other animals do not?
Mm.
This indicates that in nature, this type of communication is not necessary. Yet humans particularly need it and have evolved very well.
Okay.
What's more, humans can still discern expression or meanings from a considerable distance without needing to speak or making sound.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The white part of the eye allows humans to perceive expression and meaning even from a distance without speaking.
I mean, we have gestures though. Can't they do the same thing?
Well, gestures might work, but this is probably significant for the purpose. Otherwise, there won't be any other use of it.
Okay.
Without the white part, only the black part of the eye make us look like the gray aliens.
Oh, we'll bring those up again.
You wouldn't know what they're looking at, and they might have no expression at all. For the purpose, the eyebrows some kind of have the same functions. Once you have the two stripes of your eyebrows, it's much easier to communicate with emotions.
So if I cover my eyebrows, can you tell what I'm thinking?
It's harder. It's strange. Definitely a little
Yeah.
strange. Of course, the eyebrow has another function of blocking sweat from our head.
Okay, so we talked about eyebrows, we talked about the whites of our eyes. Now let's talk about our face, our smile, mouth expressions. Animals don't have all of those, do they?
Yes, human expressions also used for communication. But why don't animals have the expressions? Because they do not need those extra communication.
Mm.
Okay, what I just mentioned is all about the hardware aspect of humans. Next, we'll talk about the softwares.
Okay, sounds fun.
The biggest difference between human and animal is the language. Animals do not have what we call language,
Yeah.
which is not just about words but involving grammatical sentences.
Okay.
Human can engage in very complex communications through language, while animal can howl but cannot communicate in complex ways.
Yeah, like we're doing right now.
Exactly. Based off current observation and research, whether in solitary or social animals, none of them has languages, therefore language is unnecessary in nature.
Okay.
Signals is sufficient. If there's a danger, animal can just yell is enough for everyone to run away. There's no need for complex communication. In nature, the premise of existence of something is necessity. Unnecessary things do not come to existence.
Okay.
So we have to know that logic. That means theoretically, language would not arise in nature. However, it has not only emerged but also developed in humans. Since the language exists in human species, and there must have been a specific moment in history that forced our ancestor primates to use language.
Yeah, we had to communicate somehow for something.
Right. And without it, they could not survive. So what exact situation is currently unimaginable. Additionally, language has a characteristics is that it can lie and describe the future.
True.
And such capabilities are completely unnecessary in nature.
Yeah.
This suggests that there might have been a situation requiring description of the future or act of life.
Okay, that makes sense.
Another unique skill of human is ability to record through language, words, paintings, and sculptures.
That's how we get our history down.
Yes, exactly. So if we saw an alien, we could make a miniature figure of that, or painting.
Yeah, we could.
Or language by telling another the stories and pass along the story, become history.
Yeah.
This type of recording is more than just memorization. This might be a fundamental difference between human and other animals. Animals can remember things in its brain, but won't leave anything afterwards.
Okay.
You've never seen a painted by a gorilla, right?
I don't think so.
And therefore, when a new baby gorilla is born, they have no knowledge what the previous generation experienced.
True.
Without this kind of a transmission, their civilization cannot progress.
Okay.
And in contrast, humans have the ability to record and share knowledges and allow the new generations to quickly learn from the experience and knowledge of those who came before them.
Yeah, we do.
This is likely the biggest difference between us and animals. Whether it's language skill or technological abilities, they all came from our brain. According to current research, the human brain is not significantly different from the brain of the animals. We are indeed a bit more advanced, but they're also quite developed.
Okay.
Which is why they are intelligent and quick to react. Even our brain may not be the most advanced in the entire animal kingdom. For example, in terms of the number of neurons, we cannot compare it to whales and dolphins.
No, they're very smart.
Yes. If we think about the proportion of the brain size to the body size, it's also incomparable to the perspective of the spider, which is 80% brain.
Really?
Right.
Gee.
Therefore, from the perspective of the brain capacity, proportion, or various other aspects, we cannot see the significant gap we human have more than the others. Not to the point that we can conquer the earth.
Okay.
Moreover, if has been discovered that humans' brain is not inherently powerful from birth. If a newborn child is not taught to speak, they will remain mute for life. Remember those experiments?
Yeah. No, there were experiments conducted on children where they were isolated and then later rehabilitated. But I don't think they grew up actually being able to say the full language.
Right, they're not able to learn the language, and they can learn the words, but ultimately fail to speak and use the language.
Okay.
So why does this happen? It is because the formation of the human language has a critical period. If a person has not been exposed to the language before the age of 3 to 5, they will struggle to learn grammar after that age.
Okay.
This can be understood from our house pet, like dogs and cats. You can teach your dog to sit or stand, but they will never understand a full sentence.
Yeah, like the difference between let's go out or we're not going out. They don't seem to understand the we're not.
Like Winnie, she will never understand the not part of the sentence.
Exactly.
But after a person reach the age of 3 to 5, they can continue to use other functions, but no longer can acquire the language ability.
So it's a very important moment.
It's a very important moment. So it is found that the language ability are formed before the age of 5. Whether it's before 3 or 5, it varies among individuals.
Okay.
But some develop earlier, while others develop later, but it's still before 5.
Got it.
So I would say before 5 is a critical moment. If you cultivate various talents well before the age of 5, once you turn 5, those talents will be established for life. Therefore, human talents are not innate, but acquired, developed during the period of birth to 5 years old. It's mostly determined by the early childhood education. That so-called talent is something that is developed before the age of 5. The significance of turning 5 lies here. In conclusion, from perspective of physiological structure, organ strength, the heart strength, digestive capacity, or respiratory ability, humans are relatively weak in nature compared to other animals.
Yeah, we could be eaten by pretty much anything.
Right. For example, human lungs are far inferior than those of the birds. Birds have a very efficient lung that allow them to breathe in and out at the same time.
Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that.
It's their special feature. Well, you cannot do it. For them, it's normal. So, which is a level of ability far beyond that of human. We can only breathe in or out, but not at the same time.
No.
Additionally, humans have poor reproductive abilities. For instance, a small dog can have multiple litters in short time.
True.
We also mentioned that human birth is very difficult and quite unnatural, and human lack of physical strength.
True.
The reaction speed is also not that fast. Look at the cats and dogs. They can play things and can react very quickly. Their reaction speed is over 5 times faster than ours.
Wow.
In terms of smell, vision, and hearing, we're relatively weak in the animal kingdom. Moreover, we live on a relatively cold planet, and our body is hairless, making us particularly sensitive to UV light.
Yeah.
And we clearly need sunlight to survive, but we're afraid of UV light, which is quite strange.
It's kind of funny.
So from a physiological perspective, human by no means a higher life form. We must have lived underground in the past, away from the UV rays.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility that human might have lived in the water.
Ooh, fish people.
Yeah, where creatures don't have furs and are not exposed as much UV light. However, beneath this fragile body lies a very powerful brain. It feels like a very outdated computer with a super powerful CPU. And the computer system is very strong, like Windows 11. While the other animals are running like Windows 98 or maybe the DOS system.
Okay.
And also we can run various softwares, like we can perform logical calculations, we can imagine, we can use language and record informations, and with a large memory space.
Okay.
Why does such a powerful system exist in such poor computer?
It feels like the system is not generated for our body.
Feels like that way. If it's possible for primates to become human, is it possible for another animals to become human? Take elephant, for example. They are very intelligent, and in fact, they all have the potentials.
All of them?
Like dolphins, rats, and reptiles, and birds, they're all pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
Can they become humans? Just from biology perspective, they all have the potential to form intelligence. Because their brains aren't that much different than ours. With stronger physical body, very suitable to dominate the earth.
So it's really just their physical sense that's the issue. Their brains are all there.
We don't know the issue.
Okay.
Consider the human civilization only emerged about 6,500 years ago, which is less than 10,000 years. So this is similar to any species that has lived on Earth for hundreds of millions or hundreds of thousands of years. We humans established the civilization in less than 10,000 years.
Okay.
So if they were to develop intelligent one day, it could also happen quickly. They would start building cities, and dogs can make dog cities and cats can make cat cities.
We can have Zootopia in the real world.
Like Zootopia in the real world. If human intelligence occurs naturally, not being given by a deity like Anunnaki god, why is this opportunity only given to us instead of other animals? The fact that this intelligence hasn't manifested into other animals can only suggest that it's definitely not a result of natural condition.
No, I get that.
Take extinction of the Neanderthal, for example. It seems very unnatural. Only the Neanderthals went extinct, but not human. Like the dinosaur went extinct, but other animals did not.
Yeah, and the Neanderthals were much smarter than us back then.
So in the last video, you mentioned that if an asteroid were hit the Earth, everyone would go extinct.
Yeah.
And why is that? It seems very purposeful. It gives the impression that this is either a man-made or a divine occurrence. Now the fact that there is no second civilization or species that have developed a civilization on Earth suggests 2 possibilities.
Okay.
The first is that the condition for us to become human are such that is not natural.
Okay.
It is something happened only to the human. The second indicates that there may have been a higher intelligent beings on Earth in the past, but for whatever reasons, they either went extinct, they could go into the outer space, or live underground.
Okay.
Regardless which possibility is true, it's indicated that we humans are not the original creator of intelligence.
That's true.
We're just an intelligent product.
Mm-hmm.
What gave us intelligence must be even more intelligent.
Ooh, that's kind of scary.
And they're the first and we're the second.